So what we have here is a very interesting thing. Right now, Rayshard Brooks is 100% at fault for the predicament that he's in at this particular point. Not what happened to him later on in this in this mess that happened. But it was when he started drinking at a restaurant. Normally, that's not a problem. Normally, that's okay. However, in this instance, he decided to drive after he drank. Okay? 1. 2, for some reason, he went to Wendy's. Passed out in the drive-thru at Wendy's. So people had to drive around him, and someone made a phone call, said, hey, there's some dude sleeping in a car. What we're going to see here is just this benign call for service turned into what it is today. There's this car. As a matter of fact, there's a rental. If you notice, the brake lights are on, I think. And he's out cold. Asleep.
Yo. Yo. What's up, my man? Hey. Come in. Hey. Hey, man, you're parked in the middle of the drive-thru line here. Hey.
Now you're going to notice something. He's going to tap Mr. Brooks on the arm here, and you see his left hand over there on the window. He's not in a defensive stance. He's not trying to, hustle this guy for some reason. He's just like, hey, he actually seemed a little bit concerned. Some guy's asleep. He may have had a heart attack. He doesn't know that. So he's just going, hey, man, what's going on? You all right? Because he's in the drive-thru line, and you see the cars there up in the upper center portion of the video trying to go around him. And that's it. At this point, there's not in my opinion, according to the cop, not a crime. He's just some dude maybe had a hard day at work, passed out in his car at this point.
Sir.
25 westbound at Jones.
What's up, man?
25 westbound.
Hey, you're parked in the drive-thru right now.
Still asleep.
Hey, sir.
Called in by a third
You all right?
party. See a black Toyota Camry and an unknown.
Dude, you're parked. You're sitting in the drive-thru line here. What's up? Sir, you're parked in the drive-thru line. You're blocking traffic here. You were sleeping when I walked up here. What's up, man? You just have a long day or something? What's up? All right, yeah. You're blocking people calling. Said you were blocking me. All right. You good? You don't need an ambulance or anything like that? Are you just tired? All right, man. Just I'll move my car. Just pull up. Just pull somewhere and take a nap. All right.
2805 Grand Avenue. 2805.
All right. You good?
Yeah.
All right.
So at this point, that would have been the end of it. He seemed awake, and the cop was satisfied. He just passed out, maybe hard day, fell asleep, whatever. There was no crime necessarily committed. It was just some guy asleep in the drive-thru. Obviously, he could have made something up and said, well, you're blocking traffic, and that's a citation or something like that. But he didn't. He's like, okay, it's 10:43 at night. I'm satisfied. Let's move on my patrol duties. However, that's not how it ended.
You're just gonna.
Showing maximum motion for rescue.
What kind of mumbles is it? And then, here it is. As you see him looks over back to the car, he finds something interesting, unfortunately. So it further escalates this, contact. Kind of waves the driver behind him. Comes back over the car. And he fell asleep again.
Oh, man. Man, it doesn't mean go back to sleep. You gotta move your car. You went back to sleep. You went back to sleep. Okay, why don't you move your car into a parking spot, okay? Right now.
All
right. Don't go back to sleep. Just pull over there.
I got you.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Now the stop has escalated to a different point. Now the cop has more information. He's like, yeah, this guy is possibly impaired some way or another. Obviously, I mean, like I said, he probably was going to let him go. But he looked over at the second time. He didn't move and he fell asleep. Here we go. Pulls over to a parking spot. Right by some trees. Car goes by and he walks over. What I assume what he said there, he started to chuckle, goes, ha ha ha, effing believable. I'm pretty sure that this guy, during the night, did not want to deal with this. I'm pretty sure that, you know, a night when they don't have to deal with a drunk driver or anything, like today's a good day. But he did. Now it's escalated, and he's got to continue on his investigation.
You're a Ford Radio 26.
I don't know what a 26 is, but I think it's just another code of something.
I want to deal with this dude right now.
So, he's going to do some little bit of police stuff. He's going to pull the car up closer. But you heard what he said. I don't want to deal with this dude right now. Now, it's hard to imagine that he knows what's going on in the world. And obviously, he's got the internet and probably reads a newspaper and looks at TV. So he's already saying, like, man, why me? Why do I have to deal with this guy? You know? Obviously, yeah, he's just look, he was probably going to, like I said, after the first contact, he's probably going to let him go and said, all right, you can go. Bye-bye. But he didn't. And that's unfortunate for this instance. So, I'm going to speed it up a little bit, and you'll see the second or the third interaction. Sleep again.
All right.
And he goes, all right. So he knew he was asleep. He's not going to bother him. He's going to come back in the car and do some more police stuff. For a while. He's going to check the license plate, all this other jazz. We're coming up in the final 30 seconds of this 5-minute clip here.
Hey, my man. Hey, you good, man? You see me? You were passed out before. I want to make sure you're okay.
I'm absolutely great.
Why'd you fall asleep in the...
Waiting on my sister.
What's up?
Waiting on my sister.
Okay, how much did you drink tonight?
I had a bunch.
Not much?
So right now he just admitted that he was drinking and driving. So obviously the cop's going to call later on, and I didn't add it into this video, but he calls for a patrol officer that's a DUI qualified to give the field sobriety test. I don't think this guy had it. So he calls in a guy who's been properly trained and continue on. So basically, right here, he just said, yep. So that automatically transfer this whole stop into a DUI stop. At first, it wasn't. It was just some guy asleep in his car in a drive-thru. Now it's a DUI stop. Now he has to investigate. Would you not want this cop to investigate it? Would you like to have let this guy, let Mr. Brooks take off down the road later on? He's impaired, obviously. So let's finish out the last 10 seconds.
How much is not much?
About a drink, about 12 today.
All right. Hey, do you have your license on you real quick?
Yep.
All right.
And that's it. And that's it just for the first 5 minutes. So now you know the cop wasn't out looking to get this guy. You even sort of hear little things under his breath. He's like, man, I can't believe this is going on. I don't want to deal with this guy. You know, obviously he's read the news. You could tell that he's like, man, I don't want nothing. I don't want nothing to do with this. But at least he was trying to do his job. He's like, all right, there's a guy that's drunk, obviously, by now, the third time, because he admitted to being drinking only at 12. But the story sort of changes because he had dinner. You don't usually have dinner at 12 unless you're from, I guess, the deep south where dinner is lunch and suppers for dinner. Something like that. Maybe that's how it was. But again, the interesting thing here is that at one point, Mr. Brooks could have avoided all of this. Taken an Uber home. Simple as that. Or walked. Or took in a taxi. Or have one of his dining mates, or his sister I think he was having dinner with, drive him home. It didn't happen. He made the conscious decision to get in his car and drive to Wendy's and pass out in the drive-thru, which in this day and age attracts all sorts of attention. So when we look back at this, do we say the cop's at fault here or Brooks is at fault here? Well, let's put it this way. For this first 5 minutes of the interaction on the body cam, this was 100% Rayshard Brooks' fault. Absolutely.